So the first question is, who's most likely to become addicted to video games?
Nick.
No, man. Oh, man. I own an Xbox, a PS4, a PC, everything you can own, a Switch. I play a lot of video games, so that's an easy one.
Who's most likely to go back and teach at their high school?
Sean.
John.
Sometimes I think, if this whole engineering thing doesn't work out.
I mean, once you get to know Sean, you'll understand his vibe is very academic. I mean, he's pursuing a PhD right now.
Just a master's. I'm not doing a PhD, Bruce.
That's what you say now, but
Yeah, it's inevitable.
That's true.
Who's most likely to forget what someone just told them?
dope.
No?
Yeah, I was gonna think myself too.
Yeah.
I just zone out quite a lot.
Doe's always
Like
studying, so I think he's just got so many things happening that he just, he has to think about the ACT next week, and then,
Who's most likely to sleep while watching TV?
I think Bruce. I don't know.
I don't watch TV.
I watch TV while I sleep sometimes.
While you sleep?
Like when it was just something that I've always I watch TV constantly. When I'm working, I have like a movie or something playing.
Yeah, Nick actually has a continual looped version of every single Oscar-winning movie always playing in the background of his life.
Anytime a new one's added, it just slots
Just
into
goes
the
right into the stream.
Who's likely to get mad after losing any type of game?
Doe gets physically violent when he starts to lose things.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Back to the FIFA game.
Yeah, I feel like Doe would get pretty mad at FIFA.
Whenever we would play football, Doe would just everybody's having a good time, and then Doe would just come up and spear somebody, just not understanding where the line is. And you're like,
Wow.
Doe, what?
Who's most likely to be a cool parent?
I can see Nate being your average dad, very disciplined, very family value oriented, very traditional, and then you have Nick up here who's gonna be that cool dad that says hey son, you can drive when you're 14, don't worry about wearing a seatbelt.
You gotta learn sometime.
You gotta learn sometime.
Would you actually let that happen though, Nick?
Absolutely. You start them on somewhere easy. You give them the beat up car. You're like, look, if you crash it, it's fine. You're good.
Sometimes you have to get in a car accident to learn,
I don't know about that, but
Who's most likely to lock themselves out of the house?
Andy.
experience.
locked myself out.
Once, or has it been multiple
I
incidents?
think it's only been once, but I'm sure it'll happen again. I don't really remember. I mean, I was stuck for a while because Nate and I lived together, and he was out somewhere, so I just hung out for 30 minutes when he got back.
Is there a reason you didn't remember, Andy? Was there any beverages involved?
No, there weren't.
Who's most likely to love watching romantic movies?
Nick. Nick, yeah.
What's your favorite rom-com, Nick?
Trainwreck.
I thought you were gonna say Cars.
Amy Schumer isn't great, but Bill Hader carries the entire movie, and LeBron James is in it as an actor.
Oh my god.
They're great. If you haven't seen it, it's won quite a bit of awards. It's a great movie.
And my favorite one is About Time, if anyone of you guys watched it. About Time.
Who's in it? I also like Cars as a romantic movie.
One or two.
Both.
Who's most likely to laugh at the wrong moment?
Nick.
I would say
Nick
it's
or
either me or
Bruce?
Blue.
Yeah, I would say it's
Yeah, I
me.
think it's Bruce. Yeah.
I always laugh at the wrong moments.
FBLA the entire senior year.
Who's most likely to always be happy or be the Joker?
Nate's always happy.
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever seen Nate sad.
or angry.
Doesn't matter if he's not passing driver's test. He's happy.
He's always
Face.
smiling. He's always in a good mood. It's so true. The funniest I think it would have to be Nick. I honestly think that a lot of our group's humor has been revitalized by Nick's sense of humor and just what he brings to the group there's just some of this energy that you really can't replicate. And it's really magical every time Nick joins a conversation. And,
Sean's the silent sleeper in this, though. Sean's so quiet that he'll just say something obscure, and it's so far out there, and you're like, Sean, why?
I think what's interesting about our friend group is that we know each other so well that we don't make fun of things in per se, but we make fun of each other, and we are very we're pretty ruthless when it comes to some of the insults. But we know it's all in good spirits, so it's all good.
Oh, really? Have you asked afterwards if it actually hurt them deep down?
I mean, of course it hurts everyone deep down, but you just kind of have to absorb it.
Gosh. Remember when we
did it last week?
When we drew stuff on Doe's car? Definitely got offended.
Stupid.
At a deep level.
I brought it up to Doe the other day, and I think he's still a little upset about that.
We're sorry.
Can you tell the story?
So there was a fad at Rangeview for a while where it became really cool to buy window paint markers and then draw really terrible images on people's cars.
If you want to take wild guesses at what they are, you can.
Yeah, some really graphic images of things on people's cars.
Alex
And-
symbols.
Yeah, on a lot of people's cars, and Doe became the target of one of them, and then he ended up not going to class because of it. He was so upset, and he said it was one of the only times he's missed class because he was too embarrassed to drive to class.
A week in the group chat is, I can't believe this. I have an exam in 15 minutes. I can't go to it.
And what they did was too much. It wasn't just like washable paint. They put strings and other decorated pieces around the car. It would have taken me around 25 minutes to clean that up.
Talking about cars, who usually drive in your group?
Okay, in high school, I would say I was pretty much a pretty good driver. I drove a 91 Corolla, and one day Nick, Doe, and a few other friends and I were driving down Parker Road to go to Sam's over happy hour, and the engine of my car fell out. And it started steaming in the middle of Parker Road, and we had to Nick almost jumped out of the car. He was like, I need to get out of here. So we drive to this auto shop down the road, and we get electrical tape, and we tape my engine back to the car. We go to Sam's.
You always wanted to drive, even though your car was so bad. Everybody else had cars, and they're like, Bruce, it's okay, we can drive. And they're like, no, let's take this death trap.
We used to actually, in the wintertime, go into when it snowed a lot, went into the back parking lot of Rangeview when no cars, no humans were there. And we'd do 30 miles an hour from one end to the other, hit our e-brakes and just spin, and see who could do the biggest spin. It was a great time. It was reckless, but it was fun.
So if you're wondering why his car was yeah.
Who's most likely to become POTUS?
Well, I can't be. Wasn't born here.
I don't think any of the rest of us will ever be the president.
It's probably a good thing.
Yeah.
I would say from a demographic perspective, you're looking at me or Sean. We're the only white guys here, so.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
That's all the questions that we have for you guys. Thank you so much for joining us.
Well,
Thank
thanks
you
for your time as well. Yeah, we appreciate helping get the word out. Bye.
Everyone got to see it.